We are thrilled to have the Hall of Famer, University of Kentucky coach John Calipari here on The Jump. Thanks so much for being back with us.
No, you guys are welcome. You're welcome.
Love when you stop by. And we just showed some highlights from a couple of your former Wildcats, Tyler Hero, Bam Adebayo. How are you watching these games? Because you've got to be excited after Game 4.
When I watch this game and I see Bam creating a new position in the NBA, a point center. And then you see Tyler, who has built his own confidence. There is a skill to working the way he works. That's a skill, too, now. You know, they want to say, well, this shooting and ball handling. Well, there's a skill to being ultra competitive and having a work ethic that's endless. And both he and Bam are that way. Perfect for being in Miami because that's their culture.
Yeah, no, Coach, I would agree. So Tyler Hero, he goes 13th. He follows a long list of great 13th picks in the history of the NBA draft. Did you think that, like, when you start to see, obviously when he goes to Miami, you know him very well, and you feel like he's going to fit in. Did you think that he was probably a little bit better than where he went in the draft? Because now all the talk is about all the people that missed out on having this very, very special player.
Well, and let's say P.J. Washington, who went one pick before him, people are sad that they didn't take him, too. The thing that happens here, Richard, you played on a team with all kind of really good players. So if you were by yourself, your numbers would have been better, but you wouldn't have been a better player. And so what happens is you go to a place like Kentucky or – back in the day, I can mention different schools where there are 5 and 6 of you that were all legitimate. You shared. One day you went for 30. Next day, the next guy went for 30. And you're all happy. You're trying to win and you're trying to win national titles. And I think with Tyler, he was so young at 19 years old that I said at the time, this kid's going to be special. And Miami wanted him, but I'll tell you, so did Charlotte. Charlotte was looking between he and PJ.
Coach, let me ask you, let's talk about Bam for a second. I want to ask you, what do you feel or think Bam's ceiling would be for him to become that next level superstar? We're seeing him now as an all-star, and you mentioned all of the attributes about him, but what do you see his ceiling? That's his ceiling, excuse me.
Well, here's what I would say. What he's doing and how Eric is playing him, which literally is a point center, which means you do everything. He's guarding 5 positions. He has a huge impact on the game. That block, what? That ball was in the basket? What? How about this one? Who would even go after it? Who would even try to say, I'm not going to get posterized? They'd have ducked their head and ran under. That dude went with it in the rim and got. Here's the thing. As his skills, because he's young now, as his skills continue to improve, let's get that knockdown 3. Let's get, like you're seeing him shoot free throws. He makes them. So the question is, if you can shoot, you ready? You can shoot. So that means how do I take that to the three-point line and say this is another part of my game? How would you guard him if he squares up at the 3 and you think he can shoot? He can pass, he can drive. He is dunking on you. The best thing that happened, Pat Riley called me 2 years ago and said, listen, I'm making some moves because I want this kid on the court at least 30 minutes a game, and I want to see everything. That's what he said. And I told Bam, I said, dude loves you now. He wants you to show him everything. And you know why Pat loved Tyler. It reminded him of him. He thought, oh, there's another Pat Riley. Look at this dude.
Yes, 100%.
You know, it's fun. And let me say this. The best thing for my 2 guys has been Jimmy Butler. What I was so proud of Tyler to read today, he wants to get to the finals for Jimmy. You think about that. He's 20 years old. He's not worried about him because he knows what Jimmy has done for him and Bam. And you know what? This guy's pretty incredible in that he just throws all the credit to those two. And those two are looking around saying, without him, we as two players wouldn't be who we were.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.